Dear colleagues, my name is Ebru Kanık. Shirin and I will be talking about a roadmap for live subtitling and respeaking in Turkey. We would like to thank the organizers for giving us this opportunity. Unfortunately, in the case of Turkey, with the exception of one NGO working with end users, not much interest was shown to accessibility until the present. Turkey's media regulator, RTÜK, Radio and Television Supreme Council, decided on the initiation of media accessibility in late 2018. Previously, a few channels provided SDH, audio description, and sign language interpreting as video on demand. After contact with its European and international counterparts, RTÜK held a series of seminars. They called in academics, representatives of end-user NGOs, and the media providers to negotiate. The aim was media accessibility on a wide scale. The actors decided that they were going to embrace accessibility. In the Turkish setting, it would be non-verbatim subtitling for both SDH and live subtitling. Live subtitling would be introduced once the preliminary infrastructure was established. This was the choice of end users, as they were adamant about the fact that verbatim subtitles were inaccessible to them. One of the most important statements the NGOs made during the negotiations was that accessibility for them should be a product designed with their needs in mind. The way this product was fashioned would evolve as accessibility grew in Turkey and realities changed. Verbatim subtitles would simply mean that a very small minority of the end users group would actually access the product in question. Furthermore, they wanted access to live programs, hence live subtitling. The actors negotiating had come to the conclusion that initiatives for live subtitling were urgent. But currently, there is no infrastructure for live subtitling. For example, Dragon Naturally Speaking does not support Turkish. Speech recognition programs developed for Turkish by Turkish software companies are not up to the job. There is no work being carried out on a subtitling program integrated with a speech recognition program. Furthermore, even though training for audiovisual translation exists at undergraduate level, there is no specific training for respeaking. Comprehensive studies identifying the respeaker profile and a training program for respeakers in line with the realities of Turkey and the Turkish language is necessary to initiate live subtitling. Before the details of the study I am undertaking, I would like to talk about the realities of deaf and hard of hearing in Turkey. Deaf and hard of hearing over 35 who have attended special schools consider Turkish Sign Language as their mother tongue. Those under 35 trained in the inclusive education setting may not. Both have limited access to written language. It is because of this that NGOs advocated for non-verbatim subtitles during the negotiations. In addition to this, there are the peculiarities of the Turkish language. Turkish is an agglutinative language in that up to 10 affixes and suffixes can be agglutinated to the root. This means that the end users will need to sort out information from the subtitles by locating suffixes to the word. One example is tavuklar yumurtlamayı verdiler, which means chickens which were regularly laying eggs suddenly stopped laying eggs for reasons unknown. What is originally 2 words in Turkish constitutes 13 separate meaning units. For accessibility purposes, Respeaker may re-express this sentence as chickens were laying eggs, full stop. They're not anymore, full stop. The reasons are unknown. In this example from the intralingual back translation, the salami technique and explicitation have been used. As demonstrated by the example, intralingual interpreting for live subtitling in Turkish will need to entail many of the strategies used by interpreters in reformulation, and this will naturally require training of respeakers. In order to identify the respeaker profile, a preliminary survey consisting of questions, as shown on the slide, will be given to around 50 individuals. This will help identify well-read, well-informed individuals with education and/or experience in translation and interpreting, interest in communication, advanced language and communicative skills, and good command of standard Turkish. The aim of the second stage is to identify the requisite skill set of the respeaker. The individuals chosen among the respondents will be trained. A deaf expert, an SDH expert, and an accessibility expert will provide training on their respective expertise. And I will be providing preliminary training in live subtitling and respeaking. This will be followed by familiarization with technology and actual practice sessions. The type of respeaking to be advocated for the Turkish setting entails both intralingual interpreting and specific respeaking skills. Thus, the final products of candidate respeakers will be assessed by an assessment grid where two models and taxonomies have been used. The first is the taxonomy of respeaking skills specific to respeaking, stated by Romero Fresco. The second is the skill set, or golden rules, outlined by Roderick Jones for simultaneous interpretation. And the ISO standard will be used as reference to identify subtitling standards. This stage will entail recording of the chosen participants to better understand the strategies used. Also, this part will provide insight and information on what was lacking in the initial training and what further modules need to be added for a better performance. The final stage is the drafting of a training program. The training to be designed will be based on international studies and the findings of the aforementioned study. The duration of the training is foreseen as 15 weeks, 270 hours, plus 420 self-study hours, in line with the model taken from the LTA project. Currently, it is unknown whether universities or media providers will be leading this training. So the design has to be flexible enough to cater to any one of these settings. This brings me to the end of our time and the presentation. Thank you very much for your attention. If you have any questions, we would be more than glad to answer them.